broke women love calling men broke shit that they can't even afford. If they're broke, then what are you? What are you?
When you're in your 30s now, I'm 34. I'm not gonna go to Applebee's for a first date. I would prefer to go to Starbucks, like meet me for coffee. And that's just my
everything else, so you can pay for the food.
You what?
I don't pay for everything else.
So I gotta pay you. I gotta go in my pocketbook and get out $50. You can't pay $50? Okay.
The brutal truth about modern dating: everything is perfect as long as the man pays, but the exact second equality is expected, a toxic tantrum begins. If you agree, make sure to like, share, and subscribe right now. And make sure to watch until the very end, because the final story will completely blow your mind.
Let that cool off for a second. It's gonna be hot, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Enjoy. You're welcome. You guys still ready?
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way.
Modern dating expectations have become incredibly warped. The true purpose of a first date is simply to get to know each other, not to drain a man's wallet for hundreds of dollars at a high-end restaurant. Social media has distorted people's realities, making them measure respect solely through financial expense.
Okay, like I'm getting confused and I want to ask a real genuine question and I need real genuine answers in the comments. Where do women be expecting to go on their first date? Like when a man first meets you and say, hey, I want to take you out on a date and get to know you, where do y'all be expecting to go? So I just seen a video of the girl that says she blocked the man because on their first date, he decided to take her to Applebee's. Are we missing the concept of a first date? A first date is for us to get to know each other, for us to see if we can even hold a casual conversation with each other. Applebee's, Longhorns, Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Chinese restaurant, all these are pretty good first dates where we can get to know each other.
As soon as the internet called her out for being ungrateful, she immediately tried to backpedal by claiming it was just a skit and rage bait. Yet her arrogance slips through anyway when she still stands by her claims, calling low-budget dates low effort. Men are entirely exhausted by women who only judge a partner's effort by a price tag.
Since when has that not become enough? Social media got y'all heads messed up, bro. Social media really got y'all heads messed up. Y'all can't even get to know a person unless they spending $150 on a steak meal. I be wanting to talk, chill, get some margaritas, tell some little corny jokes, tell you look good. We ain't gotta take it slow, but we definitely ain't gotta take it that fast, man, because truth be told, we don't even know if we like each other or not.
The woman's demeaning and combative tone in this scene is crystal clear. The man is working 2 jobs and hustling to bring extra income into the household, but instead of being supportive, she acts embarrassed and critical because one of his jobs is for his family's business. With women like this, a man truly cannot win.
Now that I have your attention, hey guys, how are you guys? I just want to say, first off, happy Valentine's Day, happy Love Day. I want to send light and love to everybody. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Let's get into it because y'all are going crazy on me. Story time. First off, I am 1 week, maybe brand new to TikTok, so I'm learning it. I made a video and I posted something about Applebee's, but the truth is I was not really on a date with anybody. I just left a business meeting because I am an entrepreneur. So after I left the meeting, it was late, and me and my girl, we was like, let's just grab food. It was McDonald's or Applebee's was our option, so we went to Applebee's. So I'm learning content and how it works, and I'm like, oh, you just post something, you write something like a scenario, like a skit, right? Boy, was I wrong. So now I cannot make this up. To have almost 1 million views in like a day or two off of that, and then my niece is like, you know, that was rage baiting. I didn't even know what that was. Look, I'm sorry if I like hurt anybody's feelings about Applebee's if you love it so much, but I'm a little under the weather, so don't mind the sniffles. There is definitely some concerns in the comments. A lot of people in the comments are basically like really upset about my standard. Now, although it is not a real scenario because I wasn't really on a date, it's like outside of it not being real, if it actually was me in real life, I would not have went. I would have just said no. And listen, I've been going to Applebee's since I was 15 years old. I am not against Applebee's. I would never, you know, just be like, Applebee's is horrible.
When someone is only interested in your money and fancy dining, taking them to a casual spot like Chili's instantly forces their true colors to the surface. It could have been a fun date with a good story, but she threw a tantrum because her eyes were only on luxury.
No, it's just the reality is I was 15, you know? When you're in your 30s now, I'm 34. I'm not gonna go to Applebee's for a first date. I would prefer to go to Starbucks, like meet me for coffee. And that's just my take on it. I feel like where the lines get blurred is when everybody's in the comments like, oh, you know, you're gonna be a cat lady or whatever. The outfit was funny. Like somebody said I was a flight attendant. The Applebee's manager, what's her name? Shout out to Natalie, okay? Girl, not too much. I seen that. And you know what? I didn't delete any comments. Like, I didn't delete anybody's comments. I didn't delete anybody's messages. I just let everybody express themselves because, first off, not only am I new to TikTok, like, I'm also like actually laughing because I'm like, nah, like this is crazy. Like everybody tore me up. But the truth is, from my perspective, it was an insider because I know I was never there. So I know how it looks. Like it would be mean to give a guy your phone, like, oh, record me, and I'm smiling. I stayed to dessert just for me to end up like posting him. Like, nah, that would have been crazy. I would never do that. But the fact that everybody got so upset, it does spark a bigger conversation. Like the preference, like, what is the standard for a first date for you? If your first date standard is like you'll put a dress on, heels, makeup, and go out to Applebee's, that's totally fine. You know, maybe you didn't go to Applebee's from 15 years old with your friends every weekend and that wasn't a thing. I'm from New York. I don't know who's from New York in here, but in New York, it's a million restaurants. So for me, I would just feel like that's lack of effort. Like, come on, babe, let's go to the park and have a picnic. Like, I would prefer that. It's never about the money. So whoever in the comments, somebody said something about, some people in the comments, y'all be going crazy. Like, the scenarios, somebody said, somebody was like, oh, you want a man to spend $5,000 or $300 or $500. I never said a number, ever. This is all, I don't know what type of women you guys dated, but it seems like it's projection and trauma. And I did not mean to strike a chord. Honestly, it is what it is, but I'm like really like one of the most kindest people when it comes to my heart. Like I like have love for everybody. So I would never want somebody to feel bad. Like if they was trying to take me on a date, if all they could afford is Applebee's. At the end of the day, if I'm 18 years old, that's fine. I remember at 18, I went out with my ex. He took me to a steakhouse in Manhattan and he was 20 and he worked at like a cable company. He didn't take me to Applebee's. Like he took me to a steakhouse and he saved up all his money and, you know, we were together for 8 years. We were kids, but I'm just used to effort. Like, cause when I like somebody, I'm gonna give real effort. So for the ladies in the comments, like this, I pinned 1 out of 8,000 comments. He doesn't know you yet to spend a bunch of money on you. Eat your food and be happy. What do y'all mean a bunch of money? McDonald's and Applebee's are the same exact price menu. Literally, you could go to McDonald's and get 2 meals. Two number ones or something and spend like $10 each. That's 2 for $20. It's not like a bunch of money. Like are we talking about money right now? Or are we talking about effort? And I just think that's where we kind of got confused. Like, you know, and it's okay. Maybe you just didn't understand the post, or maybe it triggered you, and maybe somebody made you feel that you had to buy their love or their approval. You know, another thing, a couple people were talking about Christianity and like, I'm not a real Christian. I don't see in the Bible where it calls us to like settle for less. It actually encourages us to go after what God has placed in us, like the things that he's called us like to go after. So he wants us to have heaven on earth. Heaven on earth is not like settling with a low standard. Like, you know, we need to normalize getting treated with heavenly standards. Like I give what I expect to get back. Like I expect to have basic respect. I expect to have effort given, especially if you're pursuing me. So there's nothing wrong with that. And nobody can make me feel bad for that. And I just don't want any of the women and the men who commented in here who agreed with me that I see y'all arguing. I see y'all trying to defend me and just going back and forth in the comments. And I appreciate the love, but you don't cast your pearls to swine. I just want to say, stop letting people make you feel bad for your standard. A lot of people are making comments about being single. Oh, you're still single? But the reality is, the only thing worse than being single is to be in a relationship and still feel single and being miserable and being sad all the time and being heartbroken in a relationship. Now, if you have a good relationship, kudos to you. But a lot of people are projecting, and the reality is people are in relationships and they're miserable. I choose peace every single time.
This is easily the best scene in the video. The man did absolutely everything right. He planned ahead, drove her, opened doors, and left a generous 20% tip. Yet she still found a way to insult him over driving a used car. Karma hit back instantly when her own card declined, and leaving her with an Uber ride home was a perfectly executed boundary.
And then my boss is proud of me, so yeah, I make more than you.
Oh, all right. Well, okay.
Okay.
Well, let's speak on that.
Yeah?
What do you
Oh,
make?
what do I make? I make 22 an hour plus commission.
That's more than you? Oh, plus commission. What's
commission.
hitting your account on a monthly basis on average?
I just started, so I haven't gotten my first commission
So why your
check
boss is happy with you because you haven't had the chance to
to do things. I know.
like get onboarded. How long have you been doing it?
I've been there for 4 weeks.
Okay. What do you make? The other side of this.
It's a little weird. I have 2 jobs. I work like 30 to 35 at one. I'm a warehouse selector, and I was making $18 an hour.
That's
And then
one.
The other one, I got a at-home remote job, work it whenever I want, and I make $16 an hour there. I've worked it for like 5 years. I work for my mom's company.
Oh, well, that's definitely the easiest way to get it.
Exactly.
There is zero logic behind these high-maintenance demands. A woman who doesn't even make $75 a day herself somehow feels entitled to expect a man to spend more on a single 2-hour date than she earns in an entire day's work. Basic appreciation and humility seem completely non-existent here.
So I get off pretty.
What, are you hating against it?
Well, it's the only job he's had in the last 5 years
That's
until
not the
like
only
a
job
month
I've
ago.
Oh, so the other one's...
Recent.
The other one's relatively new, yeah.
Your job is new, too.
I know. But
Why are
still,
you combative off of bringing in extra money for the house?
because I've been telling him he needs to leave that job for the last 5 years.
What's the worst date you've ever been on?
I told this girl that we were gonna go to a fancy restaurant in New York, and I took her to Chili's in Times Square, and she was pissed.
So you were the bad.
She was being mean to me, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna pinch her in the... She got all dressed up, put Louboutins on and this and that, and we ended up going to Chili's, and she was extremely mad. Light up her spirit a little bit, you know. I got 2-for-1 margaritas. She wasn't having it though. It could have been fun. She just had a different idea in her mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Chili's Times Square is a nice restaurant.
Do you ever talk to her again?
Oh, no. So anybody that's being mean to me, I'll get you back. I'll get you back.
Yeah.
It is perfectly fine as long as the man is footing the bill for the entire weekend, but the exact moment she is asked to pitch in just $50, she creates a massive scene and tries to drag an employee into a personal argument. It is always the most financially dependent people who love to call others broke.
So I met this girl on Bumble. We were talking for a few days on the app before we finally decided, you know what, let's go grab dinner on a Friday night. Thursday comes, I confirm. Friday before I leave work, I confirm again. She was okay with me picking her up, and we had dinner reservations for 7 o'clock. So I get out of work, I go home, I change, I go, hey Karen, I'll be there shortly. She's like, can't wait, super excited. I get to her place, text her I'm here, says she's coming out, I go open the door for her like a gentleman. As I go to grab her door, she has a weird face, she's like, but doesn't say anything, just like she's scoping out the scene. And we get in the car, we start chatting, we try to pick some music, and we're just getting to know each other a little bit better. Finally, we get to the restaurant, same thing, park, go open the door for her, get the door to the restaurant. I even slipped the host $5 so we could sit down a little bit faster because it was kind of busy, even though I had a reservation. And we didn't go anywhere fancy, we went to a little sushi spot by my house. We got some crab rangoon, some shrimp tempura, and a couple rolls each. And we split 2 of those Japanese drink, where you pop the cap and it kind of explodes. I think they're called Moon, but whatever, I'm getting off topic. And dinner, in my opinion, went really well. We were already starting to plan a second date. I was super excited we were gonna go do an activity, and we seemed to be vibing. But we're finishing up, the waiter brings over the bill, and I'm checking it out. I always try to pay on a first date. I do always pay on a first date. And I start pulling some cash out. As I'm pulling my cash out, Karen looks at me and goes, how much was it? And I tell her like, it was like $70. And I'm counting my money and I put it down and she goes, If it was $70, why'd you put down 85? I go, what do you mean? That's like roughly 20%. That's what you're supposed to do. She looks at me, gives me one of the, and goes, you know, that's pretty generous for somebody who drives a used car. I'm sorry? I asked her again, what did you say? And she just repeats it, plain as day. That's really generous for somebody who drives a used car. So I look back at her and go, what does my car have to do anything with me trying to treat this waiter like a nice human being? Like, I've been in the service industry. This is standard. She flips her hair and goes, you're kind of tipping like you're rich. Feels like you're trying to overcompensate for something. I look at her and I go, overcompensate for what? What are you trying to imply here? Are you trying to imply that leaving 20% is trying to flex? That under-tipping is good? She's getting upset at this point and goes, you know what? I don't even care. Let's split the bill. And pulls out her card. Usually I never do this, but hell, you know what? You want to act like this? We can split the bill. So I put my portion of the cash down. She puts her card down. The waiter takes it, comes back and goes, I'm sorry, do we have another card? Oh my God, I've never seen somebody's face get so red so quick. She's like, what? It must be off. Like, it always works. Can you go try to run it again? And the waiter goes, I tried to run it like 3 times. I apologize. Do you have another card? Oh my God, the smile on my face when I pulled out that other $40 and I go, we're all set. Don't worry about it. As soon as he walked away, I go, Karen, here's a 20. While you're at it, you can Uber home.
The creator's final point hits the nail on the head. This mirrors a common dynamic where a woman gives her best, most vibrant years to reckless bad boys, only to expect a stable, hardworking man to step in later as the cleanup guy and pay for everything. Men are increasingly choosing their own peace over dealing with that level of entitlement.
I got a little homeboy I was talking to, a younger cat, and he say, you know, on the first date, usually spending $150 to $200, you know, for a date, right? So he say he spent like $180 on this girl, and she called him cheap. And, you know, just talking for a little while, and he said she works at a fast food restaurant, you know, which means, you know, she makes about $7.50 because it's fast food in Louisiana. Louisiana pretty bad. So, you know, I'm sitting up there thinking, man, like, she makes less than $75 a day, and she would have the audacity to ask this man to spend more on a date, you know, a 2-hour date, than she makes in a whole day. You know, that's illogical. I personally think, you know, if somebody would spend what I make in a day on me, that should be something for, you know, some appreciation. You know, so how about we make that a policy? You know, whatever the girl makes in a day, we spend that on the first date.
What you handing me this for?
Your turn to pay for the food.
It's whose turn to pay for the food?
Your turn.
Why would it not turn to pay for the food when I'm here with my man?
Because I always pay for the food.
I can't hear you, what?
I always pay for the food.
You always pay for the food?
Yeah.
I always pay for the food.
What do you mean by that?
I ain't paying for it today.
You not paying for it?
You know, it's okay.
It's only $50.
Well, pay for it.
Well, pay for it?
Yeah.
Why would I have to pay for anything if I'm here with my man? You are my man. You're supposed to pay for everything.
I done pay for everything else, so you can pay for the food.
You what?
I done pay for everything else.
So I gotta pay you. I gotta go in my pocketbook and get out $50. You can't pay $50? Okay, well, I'm leaving then.
What?
Oh, but you might as well go ahead and call the server and see who gonna wash dishes, because it ain't gonna be me. I'm not paying $50 for this.
You should.
What?
I ain't either.
You ain't either? I'm paying for this. He said he's not paying for it. So what he needed? What he said that I'm the woman. He been paying for everything all weekend, and now he want me to pay for it. And it's only $50. Get that song so he can. It's only $50. So what you think?
What you want me to pay for it?
Nah, he need to go wash dishes or something, right?
Oh, okay. I mean, we got plenty of dishes right there.
No, because I'm not paying for this. It's only $50. Huh?
Broke women love calling men broke that they can't even afford. If they're broke, then what are you? What are you, boo-boo? It's always the broke folks that love to call people broke, just so y'all know.
I normally don't post things like this that sound negative. I'm about to sound negative, just so you know. And man, I'm going to be talking about you. I normally don't do that because I'm a person who typically believes that people are inherently good. Life is just easier that way. And that, you know, I've had good experiences dating. But if I come across one more post about a man talking about he's choosing his peace, he's not dating anymore, he's but you know, my money's intact, off. all the way off because I've been out here dating for about 4 years now, okay? Y'all don't have no money.
I beg your pardon?
You don't have money. I have yet to date a man that actually makes more than me. I have yet to date a man that can do more for me than I can do for myself. Normally that's not a problem because I don't date men for money because I'm good. I'm usually like, oh, you know, if you're stable, you can take care of yourself. I can take care of myself. Let's put something together, make it rock. That. I'm not putting anything together with anybody anymore. I'm just not. Because when I find a man who makes what I make, not more than me, but about what I make, they're so concerned with protecting it and reciprocity and, you know, I want to see a woman who's going to put in, you know what I mean? So what has happened is at 43 years old, if I date a man my age or older, which is the typical range that I like to date, they have already been in relationships where they've done the things, right? They've did the 2 jobs and they had the kids and they paid all the bills and they've done the things that I would have loved for a man to do for me. But now they're looking for that give back. What you gonna give me? You know what I mean?
So what's your take on this? Is modern dating truly broken, or are people just setting impossible standards? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.